Hello, and welcome back to 922. It's been a little more annoying than I would have wanted it to be to try and record this video today. I started like an hour ago, but literally right as I did, my neighbor started mowing their lawn, so I had to wait for them to stop. But they're done now, and we can get things going. No lawn mowing to be found in this visual novel, thank goodness. Hey Ian, happy birthday. Got you something. Figured your car's rearview mirror needed some extra weight. Aw man, thanks. An Omamori. Dude, that's so cool. That's the last time I've spoken to the birthday boy all evening. Does Ian know all these people? Can any single person know so many? Even the people who we share one class a week with are here. It's not only students, either. From the sound of things, the entire place is family-owned. Ian's elderly father chats with a couple of our classmates next to the grill, and I receive a portion of pumpkin pie from a large woman wearing a cross on her chest. His mom. The two high schoolers who hang out in the back must be Ian's brothers. Flavors of uncles, aunts, and cousins likewise mingle into the crowd. This kind of sucks. Not in a major way, though. Nothing's expected of me. Nothing needs to be done. I'm sitting on a plastic chair propped with its back against one of the cabins, out of the way. I pass the time doing breathing exercises. My sinuses are cleared up enough to get stung by the frigid air and to register the scent of pines and charcoal and turkey sausage. My phone is off, held limply between my knees. I literally just ate. I'm sorry if you heard my stomach rumbling just now. It's difficult to be mad at someone when it's their birthday. Ian never outright lied to me about having those photos. It just never came up. But now that it had come up, my mind is flooded with bullshit. That's me in that photo. Markedly not David Johnson. Who the fuck is David Johnson? I've been opening every rusty drawer and compartment in my brain, scattering the contents onto the floor of my skull. How did I know to ask about the photos? Did I simply figure it out on my own that they must exist? Thinking of the alternative makes my stomach threaten to bring up a second serving of barbecue turkey and pumpkin pie. Spencer, you jacking off in there? I better not be stepping in anything later on. My cabin doesn't have a shower, so I'm forced to use the one in Andrews and Kurt's. Andrews and Kurt's. A pin pricks my heart at the thought. Unreasonable. What am I jealous for here? Those two are friends, or colleagues, or something, from a while back. Am I upset that when I invited Kurt, he'd already been invited by Andrew? There are much better things to be upset about. Dude, Kurt, you don't look so good. What took so long? Nothing. Just jacking off. Spencer, dude, you look like shit. What's wrong with everybody tonight? Did you wash it off? I gave it a rinse. Fellas, please. Want to rock, paper, scissors for who goes in next? You didn't actually, did you? I don't know. What else could I have possibly done that would have taken so long? Spencer. Actually, you might want to wait a few minutes either way. Spencer. The hot water's all gone. So what happened to you? What, this? He thumbs at the Band-Aid. Got into a fight. At work. Customer had too much to drink. Oh. Does it hurt? A lot. Any more questions? Yeah, what's all this? There's a bunch of crap strewn on the little porch table. Binders, blueprints, and maps. This is the David Johnson stuff. You wouldn't care. Andrew's face flickers nervous for a split second. Kurt must have briefed him beforehand about all I know. Right, I'm gonna... Wait. No, I do care. Do you? I never explicitly told Kurt I don't want anything to do with it. Yes. I'm sorry if it came across that I didn't. Kurt takes a drag of his cigarette. The vapor gently escaping Andrew's nostrils makes a mockery of Kurt's dramatic cloud of smoke. I apologize if I asked this before, Spencer. Do you know anything that we do not? We're really doing this, huh? I don't know. What do you know that I don't? Rockland. 5 persons were found dead in a shocking accident on the site of the newly opened Harris College of Technology and Art. The dead: Dr. Abigail Sawyer, 59, physicist and Harris staff. Oscar Lynch, 41, Massachusetts photographer. Roland Goodwin, 22, contractor. Herman Kegley, 24, contractor. And an unidentified man in his 20s. Brought to questioning was Gene Cowell, 57, contractor supervisor and an eyewitness on the basement floor of the often criticized Dr. Marcus Jefferson facility where the tragedy took place. A pair of additional contractors, unnamed, were discovered incapacitated among the wreckage. Medical examiner Alan Campbell ordered the 2 survivors transported to the nearby Glenn Dieters Psychiatric Hospital, as preliminary examination deemed the men clinically insane. Feels like I'm just about ready to go insane too. Turns out they know a lot. Turns out I know a lot. Ring any bells, Spencer? Andrew told us all this a month ago, didn't he? You remember it, right? During the run? Well, most of it is public knowledge. That last part, however, that's news to me. The cigarette smoke that followed Kurt indoors makes my eyes water. How do I know all these details that Ian spat out at me while I was asleep? I sure as shit hope I was asleep. It would be pretty fucked up if all that stuff happened for real. Hours go by. It's only 1:24 a.m., but it's almost entirely silent. Even Kurt is speaking in hushed tones. The 2 incandescent bulb lamps in the room just barely manage to illuminate their binders, their blueprints, their maps. They keep them stacked in 2 neat piles, one for things that they want to talk about, and one for things that had already been discussed. Where did they get all this material from? Andrew, he shouldn't be fine with any of this. Federal officials were told of the proposal during a visit of former Rockland County Mayor Willie Dalhouse. The college will lease the $5 million facility from the county after it is built on Harris grounds. The Fallout Shelter proposal is also backed by Representative Donald J. Rice, and you aren't even paying fucking attention, are you? Huh? What? Me and Andrew already know all this stuff. You were the one who wanted to go over this. It's perfectly acceptable if you want to retire for the evening, Spencer. We went over a lot of information tonight. What? No. No. Let's keep going. It's just... I sniff. God, my head is pounding. How is any of this relevant? What do you mean? Why are we even talking about the Jefferson building? This David Johnson guy, he got killed in a park, didn't he? Are you serious? No, he's right. It's a legitimate question. It's me. You killed David Johnson? No. Do you remember the day of the murder, Spencer? It was no coincidence that I sought you out so fast. Sure as shit wasn't. Let him talk. My apologies that I failed to get it across until now. I had been ordered, to fetch you by Professor Reed. Just another order in a string of equally incomprehensible orders, dating all the way back to February of last year. That was when I was first told to monitor the fallout shelter door. Every day since then, I would be checked on, receive updates on my orders, that manner of thing. Andrew reaches over to scratch the back of his neck. It all ceased immediately once the murder took place. I remember asking Professor Reed about what to do next. All he could say was to wait and see. Go on. That's all there is to it, I'm afraid. Sounds irrelevant to me. Oh, don't play stupid, will ya? The shelter is important to someone, and that someone killed David. That's a leap. I saw him. You saw the killer? I saw David. Watched him, rather, through the monitor. I've done so since before orientation. David would come through the door, and later the same day he would go back in. He would do this every day. I don't know under what circumstances a freshman would have the means to enter some place so heavily secured. Or, for that matter, why no one had done anything to prevent it. But there you go. Now you know. My brain's gonna leak out my goddamn ears. So I'm not this dead guy? Why the fuck would Andrew lie about this? Here's something. Kurt tugs on the cut in his ear for a moment, before turning a page in one of those plastic binders with transparent bags. Invoices for security service. First one is from February 1972. Andrew's eyes study me for a moment longer. What's he expecting after telling me this? A thank you note? How about the most recent one? The binder softly clacks when it lands on the table. December 2008. I suppose it does make some sense. The time frame coincides with when security stopped showing up. Look at all this garbage. These two must have been at it for weeks. Kurt's certainly been busy. God knows what sort of hell he must have gone through to get Andrew to help. I'm such a fucking dumbass. Kurt straight up asked me to help him all the way back then. It could have been me poring over all these documents. Could have known way ahead of time about everything. About how these documents are ultimately about me. Kurt. What's up? These have names. It's Andrew's turn with the binder. Kurt cranes his neck down to squint at what he's pointing at. Please write this down. Kurt fishes out and lifts up a pad of paper from his backpack. Is your phone still missing? Yeah. Listen, I looked everywhere. I know. February 1972 through September 1973. Donna Booth. October 1973 through September 1976. Joanne Lover. He leaps forward while Kurt is writing. October 1976 through November 1976. Nelson Fisher. Is everything all right, Spencer? Everything's just great. Good morning. Huh? It's a pleasure to see you up so early for once. Oh. Morning. I didn't sleep. Ah, my apologies. It's that insomnia of yours, isn't it? Is there anything I could do to help? I pick up another stone and toss it in the water. Nah. Is there something on your mind? Why are you here? Spying on you, of course. Sorry. Bad joke. If schedule allows, I enjoy jogging in the morning. It's good for the head, you know. Gives you time to focus on the forthcoming day. That's... I guess he won't leave me alone. I meant in general. Like, what are you doing here? I'd been invited by Ian? Is the dirt that Kurt on... Let me try that again. Is the dirt that Gert... Jesus, it's not a hard sentence. Third time's the charm. Is the dirt that Kurt got on you worth it? Pardon? Worth what? Getting murdered, probably. The wind carries someone's enthusiastic, "Good morning," back from the cabins. People are starting to wake up. Well, ultimately, I simply don't believe it would come to that. Really? What makes you so confident? Andrew bends down and picks up a rock. Is that what you're afraid of, Spencer? Sure as shit is. Aren't you? That's reasonable. I see. See what? His body twists like a coil. He pauses, then launches the stone. I suppose now's a good time to explore this. How should I go about it? It doesn't reflect well on me, unfortunately, but I have been wondering. I've mentioned this before, hadn't I? How David looked exactly like you. So much so, in fact, that until the day of the murder, we were convinced that it was you who was showing up on our monitors. You aren't a fool. You had to have realized this. You came to me, seeking out answers, raised your voice at me. Kurt tells me you helped out a bit during our stunt at the Freeman run, but then... nothing. You couldn't have lost interest, and I don't believe you to be a coward. You don't seem the type. I wish to ask, if I may, under what pretense could you have allowed to distance yourself from the case? Not all of us can be big, strong heroes like you, Mr. Park, council member. Especially not heroes who trick themselves into thinking everything's just gonna be fine. I have a proposition. May I ask you to humor me in something? Yeah? I believe your words were that Kurt is blackmailing me. Care to join me on a bit of a hike? It wouldn't take too long, and I believe you'd be interested in what I have to show. We walk for well over an hour. Andrew must know that it takes a while, because he matches my pace just enough to disallow me from hanging back while he leads the way. Now that I'd played into whatever scheme he concocted, his manner of speech reverts back to carpet salesman. His hand gesturing hypnotizes me into answering his banal questions about a parakeet I briefly owned when I was 8. The gravel road eventually turns into an asphalt road, and that joins a 2-lane state road flanked by rows of trees. Here, Andrew insists I walk behind him, so that we don't get hit by the 2 cars that drive by. Save for our footsteps, it's silent. Uncomfortable, when just moments ago we were locked in conversation. We turn back onto gravel, and discomfort becomes unease. This is a graveyard. We're here. We're... where? Sugar Hill Cemetery, but more precisely, please take a look. Do you recognize whose grave this is, Spencer? Lucas Joseph Martin, 1988 to 2004. Beloved son, brother, and friend. Ian's brother. Ian wasn't happy that you left that part out when you told me about his accident. Cannot imagine he would be. Unpleasant as it must have been, he had to have been the one to tell you. It's his brother. I'm just a friend. Okay, I'll bite. You feel bad for Ian for having lost his brother, so you go out hunting a literal killer. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that the reason you're helping Kurt out? Well, you have the right idea, but some of the details need work. I've known Lucas all my life. We've been friends. Best friends, if you'd forgive such presumptions on my part. Lucas was the only person who would speak to me from junior high until he died. Andrew brushes sand off the grave with the side of his palm as he talks. It flies off in swirls of white smoke. I would like to share something with you. Please forgive me if you find it a bit long, or a bit personal. Additionally, if you could, please don't tell Ian I brought you here. This town, Rockland, it's a statistical outlier. I imagine you must have read about it online. There's a reason tuition out here is so low. The county works day and night to brighten its image, but ultimately, it is what it is. Property gets damaged, people get hurt, and there's never explanation for any of it. No one is caught, no one is fined, no one sits behind bars. It's been going on for longer than both of us have been alive. Locals tend to think the authorities are corrupt, but that's wrong. I've been witness to the proceedings. There's an entire department devoted to it. Efforts are being made. So, you're saying that Ian wrecking his car wasn't an accident? No, I'm getting to that. It was. Ian... People handle grief in interesting ways, I've found. When Ian woke up, his mother repeated to us what the doctors said, that despite the length of the coma, Ian didn't lose any cognitive function. I admit this might be because I was not overly close to him at the time, but, to me, since then, it seems that he never was quite himself. All that supernatural stuff, all the trinkets he hangs up in his car, those weren't an interest of his beforehand. Even Jesus didn't interest him. You must have taken notice of how devout the rest of his family is. My cabin has 3 Mother Marys in it. Part of why I couldn't sleep. Go on. Ian's obsession isn't unique. Over the years, many people have been harmed without explanation or retribution. And everyone has their own theories. Ghosts, the devil, the mafia, the government, you name it. This community has been living in ever-present fear for decades. Some people for their entire lives. To answer your question, no, I don't believe Lucas's death had anything to do with it. It is, however, a prime example of what living here does to folks' minds. Now, Spencer, I want you to put yourself in my shoes. One day, someone who may very well be the culprit behind all of the decades-long misery shows up on your doorstep. They boss you around, make threats, hurt your friends. They are unquestionably and unapologetically a bad guy. How would you react? Would you honestly turn a blind eye? I would. Is that so? It is. What's your game plan, Hotshot? You gonna file a report with the police? Oh, well, yes, exactly that. I collaborate with the county sheriff office. Or rather, I will once I'm ready, anyway. Really? What's stopping you from doing it now? You know who it is, don't you? I know you do. Fisher. That county representative guy. Andrew scratches the top of his lip with his teeth. Yes. Yes, it's most likely Mr. Fisher. So much points to him. Then... He provided evidence that he was in his office at the time, 10 miles away. Eyewitnesses, security footage, and even a parking receipt. The sheriff's office are just about ready to abandon this thread, but... It's a stretch, but we were all convinced it was you rather than David on our cameras as well. That is the only thing we currently have. I see. Nothing's ever easy. Here's the deal, Andrew. Remember when Reed brought Fisher in so that he and I could have a little one-on-one? He made himself clear. He knows about me, he knows about you, and he knows about Kurt. He told me to stop, or else. I imagine he said that same thing to you, too. He and I had a similar chat, yes. Do you think he's just messing around? No. Then, why the hell are you doing this? Spencer, I just bared my chest in front of you for 10 minutes. What else do you want me to say? What, that you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart for the sake of the townspeople? Fuck off. Okay, that's quite enough. What's gotten into you? What's gotten into me? Listen to yourself. You're saying your dead friend is why you don't mind getting yourself killed. What a bunch of self-serving bullshit. You think you're noble or selfless or some shit. Lucas's death affected you. You said it yourself. It clearly affected Ian too, and God knows how many other people as well. And yet there you go, all but leaping in front of a bullet. Does that sound right to you? Do you not have family? Do you not have any friends? People like you piss me off so much, Andrew. Why did you have to get involved? Fuck's sake. Every damn day with this. Just like before the murder. Wake up from some shitty nightmare at exactly the same fucking time. I hate this so much. I thought I was done with it, but no. 3 hours. That's all the sleep I got tonight. I spend 15 minutes in the shower. The water turns to ice after 5 minutes, but I don't have the neurons to spare to care. No use lingering on it. Sleepless nights happened before, and sleepless nights will happen again. Just gotta cope until my brain has had enough. For now, I force myself to pace in front of the kettle, lest I nod off and yell at Andrew some more. Coffee's ready, toast is buttered. I smack myself a couple of times across the face. Pull yourself together, Spencer. We got shit that needs to be done. After a couple of false starts, 3 cups of coffee, a bowl of noodles, and 4 hours arguing online about the PS3, my coursework is done. I hit send on the email, close the laptop, and squint at the rest of my room. It's only 6 p.m. It gets dark so early these days. My muscles feel like I forgot them in the washing machine overnight. Let's take a walk, shall we? I heard it's good for the head. I walk. I walk, and I walk, and I walk. I walk through narrow streets packed to the brim with parked cars, and I walk into every tiny park or square I run into. Every neighborhood is illuminated by its own unique set of street lamps. I lose myself in thought until I exhaust my ability to think. An hour turns into 2, and 2 hours turn into 4. My feet are in pain. My head is empty. At long last, I feel fine. I'd planned to visit the 7-Eleven from before I headed out, but ultimately, it's hunger that brings me here. I'm not too early, am I? 10:27. Would suck to walk in on Ian getting yelled at by his manager or something like that. Here's what we're gonna do. Walk in, make no eye contact with whoever's manning the register, don't pick up a basket, immediately turn right. Booze aisle would be on the left. Pretend to look for something. Don't get fancy with it, though. A PBR would do just fine. Back at the store. Grab Kleenex, grab bread. Good vantage point to the front of the store from back there. If Ian's alone, proceed as normal. If he isn't, say hello, pay for your shit, and get out. Got it? Here go. Spencer! Fucking... Hi. How's it going? Everything alright? Yeah, I'm good. Just give me a minute. Must you walk so fast? Happy birthday. Gotcha something. Figured your car's rearview mirror could use some extra weight. His eyes light up. He takes the package out of my hand and begins tearing the wrapper open with his claw. Aw, man, thanks! He flips it around and unfolds the little paper that came with it. Is he reading it? Of course he can read Japanese. Anomamori! Dude, that's so cool! Sorry I couldn't make it to your birthday barbecue thing. That BI coursework really beat the shit out of me. Ian tears his eyes away from the charm and shoves it into his raincoat pocket. No worries, I get it. It can be a lot. Ian straightens up and turns his head a couple of times. I think I hear a shoulder pop. Whew! What's up? You know what's up now, don't you? My physician said I should be taking it easy for at least a couple more weeks. Oh. Sorry. So... you heading into work? What? I'm kinda hungry, and I wouldn't mind a bit of a rest as well. Actually... Weren't you in a hurry? To work? Yeah, but, no. Not to work. You were following me again. I might have been following you again. Look, I'm sorry. I went to your dorm and you weren't there, so I found your RA, who's really cute by the way, and could you believe that? She apparently has no idea who you are. And you never ever go to the library or anything, so I figured you must have went out to get some of that awful garbage that you love to eat. But everything is already closed on Sundays, so here we are. I'm not stalking you. How long have you been following me? 5 minutes, tops. And how do you know where I live? I asked Andrew. 100 minus 7 is 93. 93 minus 8 is 85. 85 minus 9 is, 76. Ian. I said I'm sorry. This better not be another bullshit dream. Hear me out here. We don't really speak an entire week, and then you don't show up for my birthday. You said we were cool after all that stuff I've done, but... maybe I'm overthinking it, but I worry about that sort of thing, you know? I bite down on my tongue in between my fangs. God damn, what's he acting all rejected for? It's been a couple of days at most. No, dude, don't worry about it. It's cool. Unless you make a habit out of stalking me, I guess. Ugh. You know what? Let's go in. We'll clock you in and watch some shitty anime. How's that sound? Oh, that's right, you're 21 now. Come on, I'll buy you some honest-to-God legal booze. Well, fine, but... Could you do that without me? Now what? I kinda told them I was sick. God, I need a drink. We end up in what Ian calls his secret hangout spot. His car is parked overhead on the roadside shoulder. We had to hop a fence and stumble through some bushes to climb down here. It's noisy and gusty. The wind is howling under one of the folding chairs we took down here. It chills my ass right through my pants. On the way, Ian excitedly gave me a primer on this spot. It's kinda shitty and kind of out of the way, so not even the homeless come here. An island of tranquility in an otherwise hectic town. We're a few minutes into episode 2 of Toradora, and I'm falling asleep. It's cold and dark, and I'm tired, and Ian needs to be reminded to turn his phone towards me so that I could watch it as well. My hands are on my armpits and our shoulders are touching. I huddle closer to him and hope he doesn't get the wrong idea. The wronger idea. Not really your thing, huh? What? Shit. No, sorry, it's... I hadn't had much sleep last night, is all. Yeah, I can tell. This is the third time you're telling me that. You sure you don't want me to drive you home, Spence? Really, I'm serious, no hard feelings. No. I shut my eyes hard enough to see stars when I blinked them back open. No way. I just lay in bed alone and feel sorry for myself until my brain gets bored of the world spinning at 4 a.m. or whatever. So sick of it, you have no idea. There isn't an anime bad enough to even come close. Aw, jeez. Also, you say that, but... Maybe some other day, Ian. Please. I detach myself from him. The spot where our arms touched immediately turns to ice. Actually, I sniff a bit too loud. Let's take a break for a minute. My mind is fucking pea soup right now. Just talk to me. How's it going with you? Your party been alright? Oh, alright. It was great. West Brady, was it? Yeah. My dad and my uncle own a resort over there. Well, they own the resort. West Brady isn't a very big place. It's a shame you couldn't make it, by the way. I think you would have liked it. Yeah? Yeah. It was pretty low-key. No loud music or anything. We just ate and talked and went to sleep. And in the morning, there's a lake right next to it. Lake Ackley, to the east of the cabins. At this time of year, if you get up early enough, you get to watch a real beautiful sunrise. Did you? Or, let me try that again. Did... God, words are hard sometime. Did you? Did I what? Watch it this year? Nah. My mom makes arrangements so that we can stay there every year for all our birthdays. Don't let her know I said this, because usually all the cabins are fully booked and it must be a pain for her to get it done. But I'm kinda sick of it by now. Cabins, huh? Oh yeah, it's, imagine a Boy Scout summer camp type of thing. Does that make sense? Log cabins, fireplaces, and dirt paths in between. Except much more Jesus-y. My mom's kinda into that. I pick up my can of PBR from the asphalt. There's still some left on the bottom. Jesus-y. It's pretty bad. My cabin this year had 3 Mother Marys in it. Pretty sure there were only 2 last year. Yeah, you're right. That is pretty bad. I shut my eyes for another couple of seconds. It takes effort to open them back up. Okay, what about... How was the party? Do anything special? Not really. All birthday parties in my family were all exactly the same. Oh. Well, that's a little sad. Oh no, it's not like that at all. I like it that way. It gets kinda samey with a bunch of birthdays a year, but it's, not bad, in a way, I guess. Like, it's comforting, you know? And my mom always makes my favorite pie. Pumpkin? Yep. How'd you know? You seem like a pumpkin kind of guy. Say, did you invite Andrew? Yeah, he comes every year. Why? Is there a cemetery nearby? Huh? Yeah? Have you been there before? Let's see. Toradora is about a high schooler that everyone hates because his face looks funny. One day, a female classmate assaults him for no reason. Then, instead of calling the police or something, everyone just ignores it. The rationale is that it can't be helped. She's just like that. Late at night, she breaks into his apartment and tries to straight up kill him. In response, he promises to be her slave until the day he dies. Ian's animes are pretty similar to one another, but that was new information, wasn't it? I sure as shit have never watched this show before. What are the chances that my subconscious came up with all that? I did lose consciousness for a moment there. Then again, better play it safe. Let's assume I'm awake. If I'm dreaming, then... Do you know if Andrew is any good at skipping stones? Oh! He's actually pretty good at it. There's a small pond right next to where he lives where he and my brother used to hang out. My brother had been incredible at it, but Andrew is definitely a close second. Why do you ask? Alright, brain. I figured it out. Time to wake up. Nothing? This usually works. Spencer? There's no way this isn't a dream. It's either that, or I done did lost it. Have I been to Ian's party, or have I not? What else did I do that totally didn't happen, but actually secretly did? I might have to freak out. You alright? Ian? Yeah? I sharply pull air in. Then I slowly breathe it out. Cool your engine, Spencer. This could be real. You don't know it isn't real. We're going to assume everything's cool and dandy and normal and fine. You're going to open your mouth, and you're going to be tactful. Like a detective. Law and Order. CSI. Do you think I'm a good kisser? Hypothetically speaking, I mean. You... Spencer? What the hell? You can't ask me that. But you can imagine it, right? No. Really? Yes. At all? At all. And you never even thought about it? Well... No. Nice. Fantastic. We're good. Wake up. Please? Man, what is wrong with you? I can't... freaking... Want to hear something cool? You're going to love this. You're going to be absolutely ecstatic, I think. contents of my lungs escape into the night as a big cloud of steam. I think something's going on. What is? You think... Try that again. You think I'm a poltergeist that was created in a lab accident in the Jefferson Building in 1971. I don't know what Todd told you, but... It was you. What? You were the one who told me. I was there when you and Todd were reading that article about how my corpse is missing. No. What? How do you... No, you weren't. Newspaper. One of those that you get out of an old-timey newspaper stand. It was pink. Whoop. Time to change approach. Pinky promise I won't kill you. No. That was probably not the right thing to say. Please don't run away. I'm holding your lawn chairs hostage? Who am I speaking to? Huh. Spencer Swain? College student. 22. Single, I think. What year is it? It is 1:06 a.m. Monday now. 18th of October, 2010. How long have you known me for? 1:33 a.m. Tuesday, September 21st, 2010. Excuse me? Sorry, that's roughly 2 weeks after orientation. In the 7-Eleven, remember? It was the day after the murder. Ian deflates. His shoulders are tight around his neck and he's shivering again. Crisis averted, I think. No. No? That's wrong. We met at orientation. Did we? Oh, yeah, I guess we did, didn't we? That's how I knew your name. Yeah. So, what'll it be, Doc? I thought I was dreaming when you and Todd were telling me about, you know, my dead body. Pretty sure I'm dreaming right now as well, but maybe not. It's getting harder to tell. Dreaming, huh? His hand shifts about in the coat pocket he stashed the Omamori into. Hate to break it to you, Spencer. You're dead. Figured you'd say that. I can prove it. You can? No way around it. If you've started, dreaming, then, it took me a while to realize it myself, but part of me had hoped you'd figure it out on your own. It's so obvious, but it's just that you don't really speak to anyone unless spoken to. And I don't blame you, alright? It's, hard to be dead, I think. And how do you even bring something like this up? What's up? We spoke for 2 hours at orientation. Oh. Sorry? I guess I forgot. I hadn't been sleeping well for a long time. What? You really don't remember it, huh? We hang out between every period the day after it. And the day after that, too. We've been hanging out daily for a couple of weeks. Until you died, that is. I was with you the day before you died. My jaw pops. Are you shitting me? Check your call history, Spencer. And it's not just that. Just ask literally anyone else. We've been friends since day one.